What's up, everybody? Hopefully, you're having a great day today. Staying safe out there. Numbers have been going up, and especially in my area too, crazy numbers. And it's kind of weird going out there sourcing today and seeing a lot of empty stores. I think a lot of people are staying in, and in general, I think a lot of people not really spending maybe like a lot of money going to stores, going to places. And so now we're getting closer and closer to Q4 and the weather also getting a little cooler. And so let's see what happens in the next couple of months. But yeah, stay safe out there. I know you're selling online, you're pumped. I also know you want to get out there and source, but make the best decisions possible and stay safe out there. So right now I'm not going to show you anything on screen. It's all going to be audio, and so listen while you drive, while you source, while you list items. Today's topic is soaking in your moment. Also could be soaking in your reselling moment, because I want to relate a story into reselling and 3 things I really want to cover and talk about today. And our main thing, how I'm going to work this, is I'm a Dolphins fan. You guys already know this. And for many, many years, I've seen some bad losses. We haven't really done much in a while. But yesterday, the Dolphins did beat the Jets 24-0. And Tua Tagovailoa came in at the very end of the game, the last 2 minutes. He is a rookie quarterback. And he got hurt last year, 2019, in college. They had 2 pass rushers coming at him, tackled him wrong. He landed a little weird, ended up breaking his hip. I mean, major surgery, broke his nose, and also had a concussion. It was a lot going on, but he was a very successful college football player, won the national championship, and going into the NFL draft, one of the top picks, Dolphins picked him up. And a lot of questions were like, hey, could he play? How's his rehab? What's going on there? There's a really good documentary you can find on YouTube. It's only like an hour long if you want to check it out. Just kind of goes through his story and then going through the injury and rehabbing and then going into the NFL, that kind of thing. So yesterday he's able to get into the game. We haven't seen him before. And the last 2 minutes, and he ends up throwing for 9 yards. So the first pass went for 2, second pass went for 7 yards. And the crowd, whoever was there, which not a lot of people are supposed to be there anyway because of the virus, but the people that were there were super pumped, and the fans watching were excited to see him hit the field. Now, when the game was over, even though they won and both teams went to their locker rooms, everything like that, he came back out and just sat on the field and was soaking in that moment of hitting the field again, playing football. And I believe he FaceTimed his family and was, telling him how he felt and everything out there, getting back on the football field. And how I'm going to relate this to reselling? Well, I have 3 different examples of how I want to touch into this. And the first one is conquering your fear. And so the first play that they ran for him, it wasn't really similar in the formation, but it was similar. There was 2 pass rushers that were pretty much free. And they're coming at him on his left side, and he's rolling out, he's running out. He got the pass off, which was good. 2-yard gain, nothing impressive. But was impressive was that it was very, very similar to the play that he ran in college when he got hurt. There was 2 free pass rushers coming at him. And in college, though, they tackled him wrong. They got to him at the very end. He threw the ball off. But the way that he landed, everything that happened, it was just very unfortunate. This time around, runs off to the left, throws it, and a 2-yard gain. He passed it off. But you can also see when the camera zooms in on him, kind of like a little sigh of relief kind of thing. Like, hey, I'm just getting back into it. It felt good, to get out here and run. But I wonder, the thing is too, is that so the offensive coordinator, Chan Gailey, which is his name, I'm almost 100% sure why they would run a similar play. And it was really to conquer that fear of what happened, in college. And you're gonna have to get over that fear, especially when you're taking some bigger hits now in the NFL, playing against grown men, 300-pound nose tackles, and whoever else is going to be out there tackling defensive ends, tackling them down. So I think to start off with that first play and to have it probably very similar to his college injury, I think was great to see him overcome that and to conquer that fear. And to relate to reselling, what is your fear? Could it be maybe getting into a new platform? I have so many people that email me like, hey, I've never tried Goat or Stockx before. And I don't know, just, see people using it here and there. Sounds cool, but I just haven't gotten into it. Same thing with Amazon FBA. People have asked me, how do I get in? Or what should I do? How should I take on this? And it seems kind of difficult. I don't know. And I don't really know if I really want to learn that right now. And so what are you scared of and as far as like trying a new platform? If the current platforms you're doing, you feel like you've mastered them and you want to add more to that arsenal, why not give it a try? And you're not going to find out until you do try it. And Amazon could be very scary at first, especially because they have so many different rules. But I feel like Goat and Stockx, I mean, that's a lot simpler. Probably Poshmark as well. There's some things you have to learn for every platform, but you shouldn't be scared of jumping into something new and conquering that fear that you may have of using a brand new platform. Our second thing I want to relay his story to, or at least go back to the story, was soaking in the moment. So we talked about after the game and sitting there where the drive ended on the 15-yard line and just looking around, probably thinking about how far he's come to this point and all of the rehab he had to go through to get that hip and leg and walking and running everything back to 100%. And, we also talked about him talking with his parents and everything, but soaking in that moment and also realizing how much more you still have to do. And that leads to that the job is not done. So let's go back to soaking in the moment. And for you, that might be, finding some success in reselling and getting to a certain point to where like, hey, I paid off these student loans. I paid off my car, paid off certain bills. This is why I'm doing this. And here I am. Like, I just want to enjoy this moment. Maybe you've posted, that you paid off something 100% and you have that screenshot of that last payment or receipt or something that reminds you of that. I know for like Hustlebee, his example was when he bought, I believe there were some cleats at Burlington, and he still has the little Burlington tag from that first sale, and he has it framed because he knows that, hey, this is something that I'm going to be doing from here on out, that I'm pumped, I'm excited for, and completely switch from what he was doing before into this new reselling moment and, doing that from here on out. And for me too, that was paying off the student loans. I have the screenshot of my last payment. That was why I really got into the reselling thing to begin with. And that was cool paying that off. And now it's like, okay, well, now what? Now what do I want to do? What's the next level? And so for Tua's case, his next level now is, all right, this will eventually be my team. Now getting into the NFL, I need to build and grow my career and be successful. So the job is not done yet. You did a lot of work getting to this point, but now you really have to train even harder. So that's what it comes down to us as reselling. Like, man, I paid off the student loans. I love this moment here. I did it, but job is clearly not done. What's the next level after that? And for me, it was getting into a house. And then ended up getting into a house and, having that moment as well. So now I want to pay off that house. I wanted to pay off some other things. So there's different things that why are you doing this whole reselling? You're not doing this just because you thought it was cool. I'm pretty sure you want to make some side hustle money to provide for your family, pay off certain bills. Maybe you want to find that freedom away from your regular job, and you're getting closer and closer to that moment. I know when I was working full time, that's what I was doing. I was looking forward to getting off of work, go sourcing, go list, go take the photos, go to garage sales and stores Saturday morning, 5 a.m. Looking forward to these moments. And also knowing that, hey, got to put in the work, keep going, keep going. I know one day I'm not going to be working here anymore. I got to follow these goals and put in the work to keep going, and not just think that it's just going to come to me. And just because I want to quit something as far as like the job goes because I didn't like it, doesn't mean that I can just do whatever I want whenever I want. I got to put in that work to make sure I am ready to make that change. And you might be ready to do that as well. I know people that are saving up money also because they are expecting a child. You wouldn't be getting into reselling for fun, but if it's something that you love to do, it starts to get a lot easier as time goes on. You start to research other ways to make more money in that same little niche, and things don't look as, let's say, scary when it comes to conquering that fear. So that's really what I wanted to touch on today. I know a little bit shorter today on the audio version. We're a little bit over 10, 11 minutes. But something that caught my eye watching the game, seeing the ending of the game and what happened, and just seeing kind of like the little backstories and how I also, was kind of going back to the same stories with um, conquering the fears of trying something new, that fear of quitting my job when I did, soaking in that moment when I was able to quit that job I didn't want, soaking in the moment when I was able to pay for the student loans, getting into a house, paying for my own house, soaking in that moment, and then also realizing the job is not done. We have a lot more work to do to conquer these other goals that I have in mind. So we got to keep going. We got to keep pushing. And now with this critical Q4 coming up and so many things out there, especially with the pandemic and people that are doing well, some people that are struggling, some people that are struggling through the virus, but also maybe struggling financially, but then also other people that are finding ways around things to stay safe, but also do well in their business. Everyone's kind of like at a different little pace right now, and you got to figure out what's best for you and how you can keep going and keep pushing through this year. So thanks for listening. Maybe you're watching, maybe a little bit of both. Hope you enjoyed this one. Any comments, anything you want to throw in, you can do that below on the video. And remember, Wednesday, keep tagging me on your finds, your Jordan finds, Ross, Burlington, Marshalls, and one good giveaway, Jordan 1 High, this month coming up for October. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Go out and